maybe have like 2 minutes talk before we get to the song, but then we break into the song, or maybe like a clip in the future that was like a funny clip, because they do that in a lot of other podcasts. So they'll have like a 1.5-minute clip of like them saying something funny, and then they'll jump into the song.
Got anything funny to say?
Whamma lamma doomba.
Movie night. Movie night. Movie night. Ain't no doubt we about to watch one movie night. Turn it on. Gotta get it started. Let's watch a movie tonight. 'Cause movie nights are always the best of times. Got to keep on watching. Keep on watching. Got to keep on watching. Keep on watching.
Got to keep on watching.
That you do, people, and we have kept on watching The Last of Us. We just watched episode 7.
Yep, 2 left, and I'm gonna be upset.
Yep, we just confirmed there's 9 episodes in the first season.
Yeah,
And
that's all you get now.
yeah, this episode was, in my opinion, by far the worst one yet.
I wouldn't even say by far.
I think it was pretty boring.
It was pretty boring, but I don't know. Like, I thought I was gonna have anything to write down about this episode, and then I started writing things down.
Yeah.
And I guess that's how because listen, people, I don't know about you guys, but I have a podcast about television, so like this is a job for me.
Yeah, we gotta take notes while we watch.
I'm taking notes down. I'm doing everything I can.
It
this
is becoming evidently apparent why God sent zombies to end the world.
Because we all suck.
Because everyone's gay.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
a
crazy.
obvious joke.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
he wouldn't need, if everyone turned gay, he wouldn't have to end the world. They'll just end it for us.
You can't repopulate. Oh, I mean, the sexual tension throughout this episode was unreal.
You could cut
Ellie
it with a
was-
14-year-old knife.
I know. Ellie was about to bite a hole through her lip the whole entire time, the way she was looking at this girl.
So, starts off, Ellie and Joel are in some cabin, and Joel's dying, and then we instantly hit flashback mode.
And, I mean, Joel, even before that, Joel's like, get out of here. Go on. Go north. Like,
Yeah.
that's the wrong decision for both of you guys, Joel.
Yeah, he did a classic, go on, get out of here.
Go on, get. I don't want you anymore, girl.
So he pushes her away, she runs upstairs, and then we enter flashback. Enter Ellie running around Gimnasio. Looks like your classic PE class.
Yeah, but like the crappy PE where your coach made you run around the gym 32 times before you could play anything.
And she's rocking a Walkman, listening to tunes. And
I'm thinking they don't play a lot of games because I think this is like boot camp or something. What is like where?
Federal school.
Yeah, so it's like boot camp
Yeah, definitely.
or like
military school.
why? No,
Where
like
you send the bad kids when they're like...
What is like the step before the army? You go here.
Isn't that boot camp?
No, it's not. But it has a name. But it's like ROTC kids.
Ah, yeah. It's
ROTC.
kind of like ROTC.
So it's like ROTC, I would imagine.
or where you send like the bad kids, where you're like, this kid's really bad, he needs to go to military school.
True.
And he's like 12 years old, and he comes back with a shaved head and a completely different attitude.
It says sir and ma'am.
Yeah. He's good.
Dad wanted to ship me off. He threatened me with the military school once or twice.
Dad would always like be looking at the computer at a brochure, being like,
He'd be like, wow, this is pretty cool. There's no girls anywhere. You're like, all right, dude, I'll do better in school, I swear.
look at the menu, they serve gruel.
Yeah. Oh, up by 5 a.m.? Think about how productive you'll be, Zach. Please don't send me there.
So she's at Fedra. She gets bullied wearing her Walkman, ripped off her head by this girl named Bethany.
I had a thing to say about that.
All right.
Now, when did this happen? When did the zombie apocalypse happen? Early 2000s, 2003?
I think it was like, something like 04 or something.
I don't feel like Walkmans were like around.
I think
2003, we had Walkmans walking? That was like
What-
iPod
what-
Nano.
I think my thing with it might I don't know. No, I mean obviously they had iPods. I mean they
So like at
existed.
that time, it should have been iPods. So like, where'd she get this Walkman?
I'm sure they still existed. Like you could probably stole one from a Goodwill that was abandoned.
It's like having like an original Game Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Walkman was weird. What do Walkmans run off of? Like battery, AA battery, like that.
I'd assume.
So I'm wondering if that was easier to get than like a charge.
Ah,
You know?
yeah.
Maybe they had already made these batteries.
She had a lamp on, but I guess like, who knows?
Yeah.
Once people stop caring about the cost of electricity, it's almost like you can just use as much electricity.
I'm not
as you
saying that
would
you could
want
not
to.
plug in a charger, but they didn't make them anymore. And so, your charger gets all ripped up.
Oh,
It's all trash.
Everybody, I mean, I buy chargers like I'll buy them from a gas station out of like desperation,
Yeah.
and then they'll last me like 1 or 2 months, and then I just buy another one.
So my only thing with the Walkman, because it definitely should have been ahead of Walkman by, I think it was 2003.
It's the one where you put the CD in and it closes on the CD.
This one was a cassette, right? Was it a CD?
Cassette CD. This is cassette. I'm saying that should have been where they like it's like a little CD player and they close it. I
Yeah.
feel like that was a thing too.
Yeah. I don't know what those are called. But anyways, like the
Jeez.
technology was definitely more advanced. I just think it could be about the battery.
Where'd they get the tapes, anyways? They had like 6 tapes stacked up.
Yeah.
Of cassettes. or
Everything
whatever.
they've played has been cassettes.
I don't
Like,
think I've
even
ever
the-
seen a cassette in my whole entire life.
I think we had them like in the first car we were
I'm
around
sure
in.
I have, but also, I never want to see another one.
So then she goes to the principal's office, basically, the federal principal, and
She's got ties.
he's like a really nice guy. Almost makes you think.
I feel like they like. For 1 second, I thought that was like the girl's her best friend / girlfriend's dad or something.
He was Asian.
Yeah, but she looked a little Blasian.
Oh, maybe, but is that why she was looking at the the family photo?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I was thinking
she
that
could have
was
been
the
Blasian.
dad, and then she was Blasian, and then that was why he was like taking it easy on Ellie because
And that's why she was looking at the photo.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe
I don't know because
I thought the wife was Asian too.
her friend's name was Riley. Yeah, true. She was, I think. And
In
also,
the photo, I think the
she
wife
was
was
going
Asian.
to be like a shit picker upper, you know?
True.
So,
She would have been.
she would've had a
something
better
higher up.
job.
Yeah. Oh, that would. I go through this gruel and this. I go through this shit for you in boot camp, and then you're like, you're about as good as a shit picker upper. I would have been like, I'm a Firefly too.
Yeah. Well, that guy.
It's because she didn't try hard in school.
That guy was like really nice, and I was like,
I
like,
think he had-
maybe Fedra's been right this whole time.
Bro, I wrote a question. I said, Fedra Fireflies? I'm not sure. Because he said something. He was like, without us, I don't know. Like,
I
you might just
agree.
tear
That's
each
what
other
he said,
apart.
and I was like,
I mean, we've
if Fedra
seen it.
didn't exist, like there would not be a community of
We
people.
saw it in Kansas City. It would be another people standing up, a group of 15. They would take over, and then people would just.
Oh yeah, the Fireflies whoever's in charge just becomes the douchebag.
Oh my gosh, it's just too much pressure.
Yeah, so I might just and
you
you
gotta
just
kinda-
taken their word that Fedra's bad. I haven't seen like too many bad Fedra acts.
No, all I've seen is Fedra getting murdered.
Yeah, and I mean when the Fireflies took over Kansas City,
They were
they shot
douche.
them as soon as they arrived.
Oh, they were trying to kill the kid.
They certainly aren't any better than them. I'm
They
like, you know what? Maybe Fedra is right.
Yeah,
This guy kind of made me a Fedra sympathizer.
yeah. He was saying all the right things.
Yeah, and he was nice. So, anyways,
Gotta check my notes now.
so then he's like, I'm just gonna shoot you straight. We can go about this 2 ways. You can either do good in school and have a beast life, or you can do bad and have a bad life. And that's that. That's basically what he told her.
Yeah, for sure. He said like you can be a grunt and pick up shit the rest of your life,
Or you can succeed and be an officer, and then you can do whatever the hell you
and
want.
tell people to pick
Yeah.
up poop.
So then she's like, fine. So she goes to her room, and then her friend, who's been missing in action for like 3 weeks, climbs in her window.
I don't think missing in action is the correct term. She just ran away. MIA is like.
She was running away. That's an action. And she was missing.
Okay. I don't know the correct term for
So
MIA.
she arrives, and Ellie's kind of pissed. She's like, I thought you were dead this whole time.
Well,
They're
also
like best
she
friends.
starts off the arrival with like, putting chloroform over Ellie's mouth or something. Like she like
It really spooks her.
yeah, and then Ellie like pulls out a knife because classic Ellie definitely would have a knife.
Then I put that Ellie was really weird about changing. That's when you're like, okay, she's a
Oh
lesbian.
yeah, she was afraid that
yeah.
she was
didn't
gonna
want
see
show
her
that she,
little girl wiener. That's what that was what I was thinking when I saw.
Yeah, like
that,
I
but
understand why guys don't want to change in front of each other. Like, what if he's got a bigger thing than me? I don't want to see him. But what
I don't want to see his thing regardless.
Yeah. But what's the deal with the girls? I figured it was just free range chickens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think anybody wants to be naked.
Did you ever find out what that thing was from last week? Caitlin sent us.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Last week's episode, that lady gave Ellie that gift, and we were like, "What the hell was that? Was that one of those things you turn it inside out and it shoots up in the air?"
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see what it was?
Yeah, it
You stick it up inside you,
and it pulls it up.
it catches period blood. I believe.
Oh man, I know. Oh man, it could have been anything else. I'd have been more happy.
I know. Caitlin instantly knew what it was.
Like a freaking like vampire flask, like just. And then what? You pour her out a shot glass full of PB?
I don't know. I don't know how you get it out. No more questions.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
True, because when you have to when you get your hand stuck in a
In a jar
yeah, and you gotta let go of the thing in the jar
to get out.
before you get out. So I
Yeah.
feel like you're just like.
Did you know the way that you catch a monkey is you put you cut a hole in a coconut just big enough to reach your hand in, and you put a banana in there,
And he traps him?
and he'll reach in and he'll refuse to let go of the banana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just run around with the coconut?
You tie the coconut to something.
Okay.
That's how you
Hey.
that's how you catch monkeys.
He wouldn't have the cognition to be like, let me let go of this, readjust, and then grab the
I'm
banana.
certainly
again.
not going to turn it sideways and
They use tools.
what tools?
Hammers. I think it's mainly.
When have we been giving these monkeys hammers?
No. Like they make hammers out of like rocks and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And they call that tools.
Well, at least one kind of monkey can be caught by the old coconut banana trick.
Oh wow.
Yep. So
they escape.
yeah, and then her friend Riley's showing her around town. They go in this building, and they go to the 7th story, and there's this like dead guy there.
And I mean, just classic Ellie in classic fashion, just not giving a heck.
Oh yeah, I mean, her friend was like, "This guy wasn't here just a minute ago."
I know. I'm like, this
guy's a
clearly-
zombie.
I know. I'm like, I'm screaming.
Yeah.
I'm screaming. This dude's a zombie. This dude's a zombie. Obviously. And then Ellie's like smelling his breath. She's getting so close.
And on his breath was just
Just
alcohol
a bunch
poisoning.
of Jack Daniels and
Yeah.
opiates.
Yeah,
or like
so
painkillers.
He drank and took painkillers, so he, I think, died intentionally.
Yeah, they were like, doesn't this guy know this is a bad combination? I bet he was like, I'm
Didn't you know
sure
better?
he
I mean,
did.
this guy's like got a handful of pills in his hand still.
Yeah.
So
And this dude looks like he was in a black and white comic book. That's how gray this dude was.
yeah, I thought that made me think he was a zombie
I
for
know,
sure.
they're-
He had like maggots on his face
Oh,
or
he was
something.
disgusting.
Yeah, he was gross.
It's disgusting. I didn't want to look at him. And thank
a
goodness I
bunch of
didn't have to
pills,
look
dude.
at him because all of a sudden only the floor around him just gave out.
But
Maybe
not until after they grabbed the bottle of
do you
Jack.
think it was because like his body was like rotting and then it rotted into the floor?
Not a day later.
I mean, like
He was
that's what
like he
I'm saying.
was in
Oh,
yesterday.
true. I mean, it didn't make any sense. I'm trying
So
to
he
make sense
just
of all.
that did not make any sense.
No,
to me.
I didn't. I was like,
So this guy just so happened to
so
sit on-
what? The eye joist just.
This guy happened to sit on the one part that was just like decrepit.
Yeah, just like the perfect outline of a human.
Yeah, okay, good. So him falling through the floor made
Oh,
zero
it was
sense.
dumb.
Yeah.
And it was like a scene in like Indiana Jones or like the Goonies,
Yeah.
where that thing happens and it falls out and everybody like backs up.
Yeah.
But it was just like there was no place for
It
it.
didn't make any sense.
No, he's not following through that.
They took his Jack Daniels or whatever kind of whiskey he had, and she was like, "Oh, this is back from the olden days. This isn't moonshine." So, in a zombie apocalypse,
Oh, that's
alcohol
no, but
turns
this is
into
so
moonshine.
funny. So around this time, Ellie goes, "Man, geez, oof, oof."
you say all that.
Nah, I'm just saying
Man,
this
geez,
is
hoo-ha.
oof. So is that the first dead body you've seen? And and the Riley girl goes, no, my parents. Like, and then Ellie's
like, oh shit, sorry.
oh yeah, oh,
Yeah, ooh,
oh,
forgot.
bada
Like
bing.
your best friend, she definitely has told her this story before.
Man, you never seen a dead body, have you?
Was that your first dead body? They're laughing about it. Oh,
Oh, no.
My parents, they died. Remember I told you that story where I walked
They-
in on them and saw them and they were dead there on the ground?
Yeah, I watched them die in front of me. Thanks.
Yeah. That wasn't
Anyways,
supposed
let's
to be
go back to the
comical,
mall.
but it was. Because you
Yeah.
know that she's told her. I mean, this is
For
like
sure.
the worst story of her life.
I know. This is where I said, right after that, I said, Fedra Fireflies. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm perplexed.
Well, 'cause
Because the
this-
Fireflies seem pretty douche right now.
Yeah, so her friend, I don't know if we talked about this, her friend Riley has jumped ship to the Fireflies.
Yes, Riley's a Firefly.
She's
now.
like ready to graduate. That's why she's been disappeared, is she was sneaking out. And
Her job was about to be poop picker upper.
what was the girl that was head of Kansas City?
Bethany.
No,
Oh.
the white lady. Because they mentioned
Tess.
her name, and she like got her. No.
No, it was like something with a name.
Marlene.
She
She said Marlene got her. But aren't
yeah,
they
but
in
that was the
Boston?
light-skinned black lady, I thought.
Oh.
I think that was Marlene.
Oh, okay.
And Tess is the
Tess is his
55-year-old.
first white lady.
That's white lady.
So Tess is the one who got her?
No, Marlene is. Mid-30s black lady.
Okay, who's the white lady from Kansas City?
She was just a bee. The lady in charge of everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was just
Okay.
a bee.
Okay, but that's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
Okay,
I think
Marlene
she was talking
is
about
the light skin
Marlene.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back on track. So she gets stopped by her, and she's like, "You're pretty. You got
And then
some
Marlene
talents."
later finds Ellie, figure
Yeah.
out she's immune, so that might be
through
like,
her probably.
yeah. See,
So she's like, "Yeah, I got stopped by this lady. She said, 'What are your thoughts on Fedra?' I told her I didn't like him. She said, 'You got some skills, kid. You want to join?' And she decides to. And the reason being is because she was like getting ready to graduate, and she got her role for the rest of her life. And I think she had to watch the shit picker uppers.
yeah,
So she like enforced the shit picking upping.
right. I'm sorry, I kind of got off on this like idea of what the next episode's gonna be, but I think we got another flashback.
I thought that this episode ended too early. Like
I think we might have another flashback, and at this point, we'll see a little bit of Ellie and Joel, like maybe like Joel just slow getting moving, like they're back on the road, but Joel's just
Yeah.
like Ellie's taking
they're just
control,
traveling back to where his
and
brother
then they'll
is.
cut away, and
Oh
they'll be-
no, Salt Lake! We still got 2 episodes, and they're supposed to be in Salt Lake City.
I know, and I don't want them to do another flashback for the last. So I think this next episode's going to be a flashback because I heard, and like I don't remember how, but I heard there's an actress that plays Ellie's mom in this show, and we have not seen her yet. So if they did that on the 9th episode, I prefer. If
They
it
love
wasn't.
flashbacks.
I know, but this was a whole episode of flashbacks.
Okay, so here's something I wrote down. Oh well, then Ellie and Riley start drinking that drink, and they're playing with guns.
Great combination.
Yeah, that's like one of the funnest things you can do. And then they are on top of this building that they climbed, and they are jumping from building to building. And I don't think
They're all like 5 feet apart, though. the
yeah, but
spacing.
I was about to say I don't even think it. No matter how close they are, I don't think I could do it.
Come on.
It's a 70-foot drop. What if you trip?
No matter
There
how
is
far.
there is no.
Okay, the landing being like 18 inches before
Yeah.
you jump is tough because like if you, but like you could have tripped. I mean, heck, you're 6'3". You could have tripped from any of those jumps and just landed on the other side.
Don't get me wrong, it looks like a blast, but have you ever looked at a creek and it's about 5 feet apart?
Then
and
you slip in the creek.
well, you look at it and you think, should I jump in this creek? I might get wet. That's way not as bad as falling 70 feet to your
Yeah,
death.
but you're also your body knows.
Yeah. And,
So if there's a 5-foot jump between a creek, your body might underestimate the jump, and you might end up one shoe in that creek, and you got a wet sock. But I think if your body sees that you got a 70-foot drop,
You might
and it's
trip
the
your-
same, I think I'm putting every single muscle fiber that I have into my thighs, and I'm launching myself. I think I'll make.
oh,
any
no,
jump.
I'm jumping as far as I can every time. But here's another question about it. What kind of building is
that close. Oh, and they're all the same height.
completely flat on the top, too? Like, everyone has an edge around it,
Nah,
right?
come on. There's some flat buildings.
Flat tops?
I mean, they probably all drain in a certain way towards like success, but there's some flat buildings.
I'm saying, you don't think that they have like a little lip on the edge to keep you from falling over?
I think that's what they were stepping on before they jumped.
Okay, well,
I think they
how
had a
high?
little like 2 feet max.
And
Like it
that
wasn't
makes
a lot.
it even easier
I
to
mean-
trip.
True.
That's so. I don't know. It seems a little sketchy to me, but regardless.
Regardless, they were knocking out those jumps.
And I put building hopping is so sketch. Then they head over to the mall where Ellie's like, we can't go in there. It's
What are you kidding me? They
locked
blocked
down
that
for
off.
zombies. And she's like, well, if it's so dangerous, why is it not like
Yeah, they were like
chained
locked
up?
down.
Yeah, not locked down.
I don't see nothing.
So they go in there. I put that being a loner at the mall looks so dope.
Oh, well, here's a question I had because we talked about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this was an abandoned mall or do you think this was mall CGI?
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet it's an abandoned mall. That's so easy to do. There's like 5 people at a mall on any given
And
Sunday.
I can think of like 2 abandoned malls.
Yeah, I mean, just freaking go to Shannon Mall here in Fairburn. I mean, there's like a couple that like even
That
like
might have been where they filmed it.
yeah. I mean,
Who really knows?
No one goes to the mall anymore. I bet they could get that thing locked down. The mall would be like, hey, $100, we'll let you film here. We'll shut it
Yeah,
down,
true. Listen, man, you pay our wages for the day.
and we're good.
100 buckaroo should do.
Yeah, but it looks beast being like in a mall by yourself.
Oh, that would be super beast, and like the light up and everything. That camera action was beast.
Mm-hmm.
But what I liked is the Ellie singing Escalator for the first time.
Loved it. This is because
It really made me appreciate escalators.
oh yeah, she was having a ball.
I know.
She was going up and down.
And I don't remember my first time seeing an escalator.
I bet you loved it.
I know, and you know what? At this point, I'm almost tired of fireworks. And
Give me an escalator.
I just wish I had that joy back, that first time on an escalator joy, you know? Because it was crazy. And she was just, and it made me really start thinking about like, because there was an elevator right beside that escalator. But everybody always takes the escalator. But also, granted, you're taking a risk because that elevator sometimes doesn't go up as fast. But escalator, just an unsung hero. Just an unsung hero.
Yeah.
You don't always want to take an escalator, but it's always the funnest point of transportation.
Yeah, her friend Riley goes, like, I have like 4 awesome things to show you. And then she pushes start on the escalator, and then Ellie's
like,
like,
"This is number
holy
1."
shit, this is sick.
Electric stairs?
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, I got 5 awesome things to show you.
That is funny.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
She said some funny stuff.
Yeah.
I quoted one of her things once they got bit.
Oh, so then they get off. The first beast thing is the merry-go-round in the mall. They're like boozing it up, just going around on horses. I don't know, remember.
You call it a merry-go-round?
What do you call it?
A carousel.
What's a merry-go-round?
I have no idea anymore.
I think a merry-go.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Okay.
Unless it's had another. What's the big
I mean, like
what's the
that.
big wheel in the sky called? Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Oh shit! You almost had me. You almost had me, man. I was about to be just. All right, so merry-go-round and carousel got to be the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely merry-go-round. Taylor called it the same thing too. Because that brings me that's my game. Like,
Thank goodness.
yeah.
Oh, I was mad about that. Why is there a carousel in the middle of this mall?
I think several malls have them.
Really?
None that we've been to.
That's mad crazy.
Oh,
it must be an up north thing.
Yeah. I think it's a thing.
Those weirdos. Like when the girl was like, "Oh, I'm going from Boston to Atlanta QZ," I was like, "Lucky duck." I've been to Boston. Nothing special up there. Come down to Atlanta where we're filming Marvel movies.
So
Even then, I bet we were still filming.
the next thing they do is photo booth
Which I thought that was the exact second.
that they were gonna kiss.
No, that the zombies were gonna get them. But man, the sexual tension in this photo booth.
I can't believe that they had this sexual tension the whole show and they didn't kiss in a photo booth.
Oh,
I mean, that's
man.
that's as.
Oh, what are we gonna do this time? What are we gonna do this time?
Oh, we just stuck out our tongue. How about we stick our tongue down each other's throats?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Almost as weird as what the tongue throat thing. You just...
Well, then they
Yeah,
go.
but I mean they were bound to kiss. I was just get it over with before you guys turned to zombies.
Otherwise, you're never gonna get a chance to kiss.
Oh, it was so Romeo and Juliet at the end,
yeah. Well,
except for only one of them drank poison.
well, now they go to an arcade.
Which also another I've had every time you bring these things up, I keep having problems with this.
Let's hear it.
Why was this arcade in mint condition?
It was pretty.
No,
clean
it was
for
like
20 years
completely
old.
different than the rest of the like. Unless this girl spent like she said she spent an hour like breaking open the change. Unless she spent like 7-8 hours
Wiping it all down.
wiping it all down, making sure every machine worked, like getting all the
Yeah,
cobwebs
certainly
out.
games are broken at that time.
My goodness, they
A
probably
game
wouldn't have been
sitting
able
on
to play
off for
anything.
20 years, or sitting on for 20 years.
I know.
Like, yeah, I was a little surprised by how
This arcade looked glorious.
the best arcade you've actually ever seen.
It looked like
Like,
you're
as
gonna
far as-
see the whole Stranger Things cast inside of there. Like this thing was ready to go.
So they go to an arcade and then they play Mortal Kombat. So I think in an earlier episode she alludes to Mortal Kombat and one of her friends like knowing all the characters and being a huge fan. So I'm assuming that was about Riley.
Right.
And so they're playing Mortal Kombat.
They played that for a minute. Now I'm thinking this is where the zombies come. They're gonna bite her on the arm while they're playing Mortal Kombat. I was completely wrong every time I thought the zombie was gonna come.
But when they are playing Mortal Kombat, we go to like this creepy doll. It like pans over to this creepy doll
Oh.
area, and then you see that there is a zombie. in
Exactly
fact,
where a
in-
zombie would hang out.
Yeah, I mean it's a creepy little doll spot, and then there's a
Like
zombie.
nothing that belongs in a mall.
No, and then for some reason Ellie and Riley like get into a fight. What are they fighting about?
I think it was like you don't know what you're talking about, and then they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about with Fedra and Fireflies.
Yeah, so I mean basically Ellie's pissed that her friend's leaving, and so she threatens to take off.
You're gonna worry about that.
Yeah, and so she leaves. She starts to leave the mall, and then I guess she realizes I think what it was
Oh,
was
is that where they get mad? No.
I think what it
you're
was is
missing
Riley was like, "Hey, I'm leaving."
something. You're missing something.
What?
So they go to the arcade. They do that. Then they go to the burger joint or the nacho place.
Yeah.
So they go to the nacho place, and it's like, yo, this is kind of like my crib. Like, this is MTV Cribs, but it's Riley edition, and it's
Yeah.
like also Zombie Apocalypse edition. I mean, this girl had 52 pipe bombs covered by like
That's
a
what she was pissed
tablecloth.
about. Yeah. So
And then another edition of the pun book comes up, the joke book. Like, that dude's
Oh
bestseller.
yeah. That was the next thing that she had for her. She was like, "Oh, I got a gift for you," and she brings her this "No Puns Intended" Volume 2. So they're laughing about that. Then Ellie's scanning her bedroom, and she's like, "Did you make these pipe bombs?
Yeah, I
Are
mean,
you gonna blow shit up with these?"
the pipe bombs were literally not even covered.
Well,
And then she was
wh-
like, "Oh, Ellie, no." Oh,
Why would she have to cover them?
Because she knew Ellie wouldn't have agreed, just for the situation.
Yeah, so she's basically like, "You got these," and then she tells her that she's like leaving for Atlanta as well, I believe, at this time. And so Ellie's like devastated.
She's like,
her
"This is my
friend's
last
leaving.
day. I'm out of here."
Yeah, it's
See
my
ya."
last day. I just wanted to hang out with you so we could have one final good time. And then Ellie gets pissed off and she leaves. But then she realizes, I don't want to leave my friend that I'm never going to see again. So she turns back around, and then you hear this like screaming.
bellowing scream.
Yeah, like help!
I wrote in my notes, she deserved to die for that.
Oh,
For that joke?
So she shows
In
up
this
and she's like
climate?
in a Halloween
Yeah, she's in like a
Store.
a Halloween store.
Halloween Express, and there's this like coffin like thing,
Motion
Some-
activated.
yeah, and it's one of those toys that keeps screaming, and she's over there laughing, and I guess she knew she'd come back, and she's
No,
like,
she wasn't laughing. She was like, "Oh, this was the 5th surprise," and she was
Ah.
all sad. And then she was like, "I'd be like, oh, you can go after yourself. That was crazy."
Yeah, well, she thought Ellie would like it the most, so
But anyway, so then they start Walkman, and they're listening to music, and they're dancing
wearing
with
a couple masks.
mask on their heads. And I made this joke. I said, "Hey man, sweet hey man, sweet zombie costume. Wait a minute." And I wish I didn't make it when I was like, I had to watch this at John's house, but I mean, it was just the perfect time. And you could tell, like, I kept guessing, but in this moment, I knew a zombie was coming because it was just too ridiculous.
So
not
Zach
to
guessed
show.
there was about a zombie at every other turn.
And I was right at the end.
Eventually, he had to get right.
Oh, it's got to be this time then.
So they're dancing. They're wearing these masks. Ellie takes off the mask. Riley takes off the mask. She says, I don't want you to leave. Don't leave. She says, okay. And then they smooch.
They smooch.
And Ellie's like,
And I was
I'm
like, oh,
so,
man,
I'm sorry.
And she's like, what for?
And then, what did you say?
She said, like, what for?
Oh, yeah.
Smooch me again.
Yeah, and Zach was watching this in my house, and I'd already seen it. And when she said that, he said, oh, you like weed? I like weed. Because that's what it was like.
It's like yeah, it was like, oh,
You're
oh,
gay,
you
I'm
smoke?
gay.
You smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I smoke. It's like this awkward conversation that you had to like have with the person being like, oh,
Yeah.
you're a lesbian? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a lesbian.
You like beer? I like beer.
Yeah, so it was just, it was one of those situations and
And then as soon as that happens, right?
zombie apocalypse.
A
pretty
zombie hops out of the woodward.
much. And then Riley shoots 4 classic pistol shots. Didn't hit a dime.
All
Maybe he shot
misses.
him one time. But I mean, you gotta shoot a zombie in the places that count.
So they're attacking. You don't really see much of what's going
you
on.
never see a zombie bite.
Never see a zombie bite.
And then, but you know.
And so Riley Ellie stabs it, and she's like, "Oh hell yeah!" And then Riley looks all sad, and she's like, "What?" And she's looking at Ellie's wrist, and she's like, "Oh, you're kidding me! I'm bit." Because she doesn't know at this time. This is where she got her first bite.
Oh, and she was pissed.
And then Riley shows her hand, and she too is bit.
So now a classic Romeo and Juliet situation.
Yeah,
they
they're both
they
just
both just
dying.
drink the poison.
Yeah, they both think they're dying. Riley's like, we got 2 things we could do. We could either kill ourselves now or just enjoy our lives.
You know how funny that would have been? That would have been classic Romeo and Juliet.
You would have never known, though.
I know, but we would have known.
Well,
We didn't know that one of them wasn't poisoned.
Yeah.
In Romeo and Juliet, and then they both died.
Yeah, true. So they decide to just.
Sorry, here I go talking about Shakespeare again.
I'm such a savant.
Here I am.
I'm such a savant. And then they're like, all right, well, we'll spend our last moments together.
And they're like, no matter if it's 2 hours, 2 seconds, 2 days, or 2 minutes.
2 years, 2
I'm like,
decades.
Ellie's got about 2 decades.
Yeah,
and
she's
you
got a lot of time.
You got about 20 minutes from the math of it.
And
Even
then,
though Sam, he slept a whole night and then just woke up zombie.
oh yeah. Also, someone
Doesn't make sense.
I saw this on TikTok.
TikTok. You say it like
TikTok.
an old person.
How do they say it?
A TikTok.
How do you
don't
how do
know.
you say it?
TikTok.
Oh, well, so just saying it fast makes
Yeah,
you help?
it's like-
Oh, I saw this on TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw it on what the kids are watching. TikTok.
Oh, well, I gotta make sure the sound's
Oh.
off. I don't know if it's gonna play anything. What?
I'm just kidding. You did good.
Okay. So this says, when you find out Tilu runners are still themselves, so like the zombies, I guess is what they're called, are still themselves and are fully aware of what they are doing, but have no control since the fungal virus affects only your nervous system.
Oh,
I know.
no.
Explains why they are crying and gagging in the video game, and also why Sam sat with his back towards Ellie so he wouldn't hear her and attack her. Creators
Oh, bro, that could make me cry.
Yeah. Creators explain it as a bad trip or nightmare where you attack someone you love.
That's insane.
Harsh.
Oh, my God.
I know. I was like, dang.
Oh, I would have much rather them just been mushrooms.
No,
That's
man,
crazy.
they know exactly what's going on. It'd be like if I just could not help but just kill you right now.
I know. That's really sad.
Yeah, very sad. So that exists. And so they say that thing, and then it flashes back to real time. And Ellie was upstairs at this cabin where Joe's in the basement, and she's searching for something, and she finds
Is it Joe?
Joel. I said Joe. She finds a sewing kit, and then she stitches them up, and that's the end of the episode.
No.
Yes.
Well, she goes, Ellie's really pissed, and they're both sitting down. And we talked about this, but you just jumped so fast. And then the girl from Euphoria says, because Ellie's just breaking things, and she says, There's more stuff. There's more stuff over there you can break. I really like that line. I feel like that was like the two people in a situation that would have been like. I feel like I was the girl sitting on the ground and you were Ellie.
Oh, yeah.
If that was me and you,
You wouldn't want to break anything?
I would have just been sitting there like, oh, this
Stewing.
is it. And then you would have been like, mother. And you would have been breaking things. And I would have been like, oh, man, we're screwed.
You would have liked to break things?
Well, you would have been in this scenario. You're the one that lives. You're immortal, man.
You don't know that, though.
Carry on. Carry on without me. I'm just going to chill.
So...
That was a pretty good episode.
I mean, this is the worst one so far.
But all of them have been pretty good.
Yeah. It was perfectly fine. It was a little boring. The zombie attack was beast. Yeah, it was pretty good. You guys see a little bit of Ellie's background, which was interesting. I am like a little like confused. I'm sure we're gonna see like what happens to her and her friend next, but I felt like they should just cover that in this episode.
They should have, but I think we're going into next episode.
It doesn't seem like it's gonna take that long, so like I just wanted to
maybe
see
what they did good with like the catching up with Sam and Henry thing. So maybe they do this in half an episode next episode.
That'd be
and then-
nice. I don't want to
that'd be
see a
nice.
whole nother
No, I
flashback.
would not like to see a whole other flashback.
But it's going to be interesting to see how Ellie and Riley react when Riley starts to change. I'm assuming Ellie's going to have to kill her, or maybe just
Oh, for sure.
abandon
Most
her in the mall.
That'd
I
be
don't feel like
crazy.
she'll be able to kill her. But
What if
also
she
said-
cures her?
Oh,
But she did say she killed.
yeah, she has killed before, but that
bet
would
she
still be a
kills her for
zombie.
sure.
No, because that would be a zombie.
Yeah,
so.
but it's got sentimental value that makes it more than a zombie in a way. I killed my best friend. That's what she would say.
Okay, maybe
And
she
my
did just kill a zombie, which appeared to be her first zombie kill.
True.
So I was
and
wondering
she
if
was
it
like,
counted
"Bro,
that."
this is sick." And
Yeah,
then
she
they were
thought it
like,
was B. She's like, "Oh, did you see that? We just
"Did you see
did?
that?
We
Oh,
just did
bam,
a
bam,
zombie."
and not even touched." And then she's like, and then Riley's like, "Look at your arm," and then she's like, "Look at your arm."
Oh my God, our arms, dude! You smoke, I smoke,
Dude, sweet.
yeah, that's a good one, too.
All right, you wanna play your game?
Yeah.
Do you have a name?
Um.
What do you think of this sound? Like something that's like
Oh wait. I have a,
Knights of the Round Table.
that's pretty good. Nights. Wait, that's not what we call it.
Huh?
We've been calling it Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen. Oh,
Four
That's
Horsemen of the Round Table.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not done with my thoughts on the episode.
Okay.
All right. So Ellie got bit on the arm. We all saw where she got bit. Would you cut off your arm?
I mean, that's.
You
I
gotta
mean,
at least
not
try
if,
it.
I mean, not if I'm James Franco, 127 hours, because like all they have is like a 4-inch pocket knife. So at that point, I'm thinking like, you know what? Before I cut off this arm, it's getting through a nervous system, and I'm gonna be a zombie anyway. Screw it, I'm a zombie. But if I had machete on me, and they were like, I think it would have been like this, and I would have battled. I would have killed that zombie. Could you imagine cutting off your arm? Like the second it happens, you cut off your arm.
Yeah.
And then the zombie bites your other arm.
Oh, you cut off your second arm, idiot.
Cut it off! And you'd have to like throw the machete to one of your friends.
I think you gotta at least try it. You're running
Yeah.
a zombie anyway.
But honestly, if I see in that scenario where he bites my first arm, I cut it off. That's all I got. Because I mean, I know I couldn't forcibly cut my other arm
But
off.
I'm also not living like a
I'd much
stick
rather be
figure.
a zombie.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be a zombie. No,
Then no.
there's
arm?
just people out there.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
somebody listening here pressing play with his big toe, and I want to say,
Oh, that's funny. But it's not. Sorry for you, listener. We're rooting for you. But I mean, I don't think I could do it either. I understand what you're saying.
yeah, but
What
I mean,
you're also
you say that because we're so blessed, but then if you got in that situation, you would power through for your
You
people.
wouldn't be but you wouldn't be able. You would just be a hindrance. If you're in a zombie apocalypse, you got no.
I
hindrance.
mean, zombie apocalypse. It's like if you're blind in a zombie apocalypse, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you're deaf, I might keep you around. If you're blind,
Keep you around.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough, but that's the fact of the matter. And we saw Sam, who was a deaf kid. You could keep Sam around and like make him aware that like even though he doesn't know it,
yeah,
like
yeah,
his actions make sounds,
Ah.
and be like, "Oh, be quiet! Like you actually are making like a lot of
Yeah.
sounds right now." But if you're blind,
You're gonna be really hard to work.
I mean, you gotta like tassel them onto a rope. They're bumping into walls the whole time. Making
Yeah,
a
it's
ton
gonna
of
be
noise.
tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Sorry, guys.
Yep. So, but yeah, I would cut off my Taylor must be watching. She said, "No arms and no legs is how you live right now."
Who says that? Is that the off? Oh, that's Kevin.
They say it about Kevin. No arms, no legs is pretty much how you live right now, Kevin. Okay. So,
Get closer to the mic, fella.
let's do.
Gaming Geo plays. Is that her?
Mate, I don't know.
I'm pretty close to the mic. I think she was talking to you.
I think she was talking to you.
No,
So
pretty close. to
let's
the mic.
do four. This is the 4 horsemen of funnest things to do during a zombie apocalypse. Like no one's around, you can do whatever you want type stuff.
See, now I have a few that are pretty good, but then I think I just started like a.
Floundering. Yeah, I only have a couple of really good ones. It's tough.
cool.
It was tougher than
Yeah.
I thought. All right.
But I made a list of 8, so we can see what both of our 8s are.
Gaming Geo plays says
I don't
red
think it
guy
matters.
get close.
I'm right here. Oh, I should have maybe turned it up.
Okay. Do you want heads or tails?
It's gonna be tough.
If you get it, you go first.
That's crazy.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I'm reading this. Heads.
It's heads. You
Cool. I'll go first. Driving a NASCAR car.
Oh, I had something similar. I just said driving really fast.
Yeah, NASCAR car.
Okay. I would go, I mean, given I'm in the same situation as them, I would go to an amusement park. Disneyland, Six Flags, ride all the rides, first in line.
You think it would be like ready for you?
I mean, they went to an arcade like we said.
And would you not be scared to ride a roller coaster that hasn't been serviced in like 20 years?
Well, I'd ride probably the safer ones.
Like the Goliath.
Also, how do you push the button and then run on and
So true, but they've done it.
Yeah.
Like Zombieville,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it would work.
Zombieland. Visit Area 51.
Oh, that's a good one. Have fun dying by aliens.
I think it would be like, yo, do you see what's going on out there? And I'd be like, it's crazy. And me and the aliens would just be hanging out, drinking coffee like the Men in Black aliens.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay. I put steal a nice boat, like a yacht.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's some abandoned ones, and I could just.
I said chill at the White House.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Okay, so I think my list is better so far.
Okay, this is a good one. Play Augusta National. You'd have to do it right at the beginning
So like,
while the grass is cut.
Yeah. You'd have to really think about that. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to stop your survival era and then just be like, I'm gonna go play Augusta.
No one's
National
gonna
right
be
now.
on Augusta National right now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I would say slide down the middle section of an escalator.
With the one with the bumps.
No, not the bumps. The bumps that was a big setback. That was a big
But
setback.
it does look like fun.
Oh man.
I put own exotic animals.
Okay,
Like an elephant.
but they're not even trained at that point.
Well,
That's
I mean,
just-
they aren't
what-
trained at the zoo either.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get them?
I mean, I got a lot of time to think about that.
Okay. I wrote, see how far I could slide at a bowling alley. Like, just socks on, because the bowling alleys are wicked slip.
Yeah, I mean, now you have an
I feel like I could go,
opportunity.
yeah. And nobody's going to tell me not to do that.
Yeah.
See how loud I can yell at the library. I just thought of that one.
Shooting, like just shooting cool guns in like downtown Atlanta, like a bazooka.
True. Okay,
Like
well, that's
blowing
kind
something
of...
cool up.
I said catch something on fire.
Oh, imagine like something huge.
I
too.
know, dude. Like, there's no... I'm telling you, like, the more I said, like, a house or a building. I'm thinking I'm going to downtown Atlanta.
And like the biggest building you've seen.
Just up in smoke and stepping back a couple thousand feet. like, at that point, bro, I really I would want to see it. Super bad.
yeah. That sounds really cool. I think I would get really destructive. I mean, I also put just like smashing shit.
Yeah,
just,
I mean,
really
like
cool
just
stuff.
like
Destroying the Mona Lisa. I mean, I'm talking about just being like
I said, steal the Declaration of Independence.
independence. I mean, that's a good one too. You would be
Yeah.
so sick. Imagine just having that,
steal the Declaration of Independence.
imagine having
I
that
can't
framed
do
at your
Nick
wall.
Cage.
I thought that was pretty good, Nick Cage.
Really?
We're gonna steal the Declaration.
That was pretty good. That sounded better than mine. All right,
Okay.
nice.
I put live in a billionaire's home. I mean, if Tiger Woods is zombified, I'm going to Tiger's
White
house.
House.
White House is good, but billionaires are better, I feel like.
I'd find all the tunnels that were in the White House.
How many tunnels are you thinking there is?
Plenty. Plenty to find.
Oh,
That was where Kennedy was sneaking in all of his women.
yeah, Marilyn Monroe. And then I just had ride an elephant. Kind of with the own exotic
Oh,
animals.
yeah. Okay.
I probably would own
Oh, I
an
wrote
elephant as
tattoo my whole body.
well. Just black?
Oh, that'd be insane. No, that hurt so bad. No, just like maybe zombie.
But
themed.
who's going to do it?
Me?
That's why I figured it would just have to be black.
No, I mean like you would get better.
Yeah, true.
I do my legs pretty good. I could do my left arm pretty good. My right arm would look like a mess because I'd be doing it with my left arm.
Okay, that's
Hey, who knows? Hopefully, I'm not alone out there. All right, you had another game.
Yes. Okay. So the other game I have is called Merry Go Round. You have to marry one. You have to go on a road trip with one, and you have to roundhouse one.
Okay,
All right.
that's funny.
Ellen DeGeneres, James Corbin, Whoopi Goldberg.
Oof, I hate all these people.
Yeah, there is a group of
I
bad
would
people.
roundhouse all of them. All right, I'm gonna roundhouse Ellen. Really don't like her. I gotta marry one.
Yeah.
Marry Whoopi. Sing songs with James Corbin on the road.
yeah, good one. Okay.
Roundhouse Ellen for sure.
Emily Ratajkowski,
Okay, Mary
Madeline Klein,
Radikowski, I think.
Addison Rae.
Go on a road trip with Madeline Klein, Roundhouse Addison Rae, Mary Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah, I know you loved her.
Even though it might be Mary Madeline Klein, road trip Emily Ratajkowski because she's had a kid.
Okay.
No offense.
Amy Schumer, Sarah Silverman,
Ugh.
Nassim Pedrad, but she plays her character from Chad the whole time. That
Ugh. Roundhouse Chad.
yeah. Amy Schumer and Sarah Silverman.
Road trip with Mary Sarah Silverman. Road trip with Amy Schumer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff. Leslie Knope, Michael Scott, Jessica Day.
I don't really like Leslie Knope or Jessica Day that much.
Well, you could roundhouse one of them.
Um,
Whichever one you don't want to marry.
Marry Michael Scott. I mean, you acted like that wasn't an option.
Yeah, that was a big miss by me.
Yeah, that seems like the best option to me. And then we'll go road trip with Leslie Knope. Road trip with Jessica Day. Because she would just, I mean, she might annoy me at times, but she would be like, she'd be cool.
Yeah.
She's really nice.
Yeah.
And Leslie Knope would just talk about some stuff I didn't want to hear about.
Yeah. Okay. Rihanna, Blake Lively, Anne Hathaway.
Roundhouse and Hathaway.
You don't like
Road
Anne
trip
Hathaway?
with Blake Lively, marry Rihanna. I think that was in order.
Okay.
I had nothing wrong with Anne Hathaway, but she was just up against people she shouldn't have been up against.
Okay, that's fair. The Rock, Kevin Hart, Post Malone.
Marry Post Malone.
Oh, I thought you hated Post Malone.
I don't like his music very much,
Uh-huh.
but we could get past that.
Okay.
Because I mean, he just seems like a really cool guy.
And he's
I
tattooed
would love
everywhere.
I would love to hang out with
Yeah,
him.
okay. I'm glad that you still like Post Malone.
Oh.
As a guy.
As a celebrity, he's a B celebrity.
All right, and then we got The Rock and Kevin Hart. You only get a roundhouse one.
I could roundhouse both of those suckers.
But The Rock would probably beat you up.
Yeah, I'll roundhouse The Rock.
Oh, wow. You're gonna
Road
get
trip
beat
Kevin
up.
Hart.
Okay. He would be funnier. I feel like that's the right choice. I feel like Kevin Hart's probably naturally funny.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock's like try hard funny.
Yeah.
I think I have one more. Oh yeah. Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Lopez. The Jennifers.
Mary Aniston, Road Trip Lopez, Roundhouse Lawrence.
The most obvious answer.
Really?
I think so.
I never thought Jennifer Lawrence was that, like,
I don't think she's that
Crazy
attractive or
she's got a big smile.
is that good? I feel like she never smiles.
Oh.
Jennifer Lawrence, Katniss?
Oh.
Who are you thinking of?
Hudson, maybe?
Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah. I might road trip with Jennifer Lawrence over Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
Jennifer Lopez, I don't think I want to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, she seems really annoying. I just saw her like with Ben Affleck, and he looks just like a defeated human being.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like that's just what happened.
Yeah, he just
And
looks
then they're
like
you know what, I'm done.
yeah, he looked defeated, and he was like
I'm done.
married to her before, or at least with her for a long time.
Yeah.
Jafflack.
Jaflack. But heck, I think that's it. I don't have any games this week. I'm sorry.
Nope, me neither. I think next might be Mando. Starts on Wednesday.
Are we doing Mando?
I don't know. We'll have to figure out.
I
how
mean,
to
we
do it.
gotta get off of Pedro Pascal, bro.
I'm a big Pedro. This is Pedro Pascal pop.
I know, and this is kind of like, you know how like celebrities kind of go into this like era where it's like, geez, Tom Holland had it recently, like Andrew Garfield had it, like you're in everything. You just keep
Andrew
popping
Garfield
up.
had that.
I don't know, like the dude who's playing King the Conqueror and also in like Creed 3.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
kind of has that. right now.
Thanos had it. He was
Yeah,
in Deadpool.
Josh Brolin.
I feel like Anne Hathaway's had that.
That's what I'm saying. I think Zendaya kind of has it right
Oh,
now.
Zendaya has that for show.
So like those kind of, we're in the midst of that.
The
those
Pedro
type of things.
Pascal has
so
that.
That's Pedro Pascal.
Do you
right
think
now.
he's handsome?
He thinks he's handsome?
Yeah, they're like, do you think you're a heartthrob?
And he's like, cut it out.
Oh,
It gets
God.
super weird sometimes.
yeah, I'm like,
He's like, yeah, I'm daddy, and I'm like, oh, that's Pedro.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like his acting,
He doesn't say it super weird like that though.
but I think like a lot of people like him.
Yeah, they're like, do you think that you're a hot daddy? And he's like, no. And then it's like, he's lying, and then he's like, oh, I guess I do.
Yeah,
He's still funny.
well,
but
whatever.
It's weird.
We like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right.
All right.